How much rent should you declare to get the maximum advantage if your monthly salary is 1 lakh, where your basic is 60,000 and HRA is 30,000? If you said 8,333 just because you didn't have to provide the landlord's PAN and you thought you'll get a benefit of 1 lakh over the whole year, then probably you're wrong. Let me tell you how. So, your rent receipt would look something like this. A monthly rent of 8,333. You didn't have to provide the landlord PAN because it is less than 1 lakh. Simple maths, 8,333 per month, 12 months equal to approximately 1 lakh. So you don't have to provide the landlord's PAN. But in this case, you're not getting the whole benefit because HRA has 3 clauses and you get the lowest of these 3. The first clause is actual HRA paid by the company. The second is 50% of basic if you're living in a metro city and 40% of basic if you're living in a non-metro city. And third is actual rent minus 10% of basic, and this is the villain. Let me explain you how. Cool, let's do the maths. So your basic was 60k. Your HRA is equal to 30k. And your other, let's assume it is 10k. Total salary is equal to 1 lakh. Now I said 3 clauses. The first clause is very important to understand. Actual HRA paid by the company. In this case, it is 30k. So this comes out to be 30k. Second is 50% of basic if you're living in a metro city and 40% if you're living in a non-metro city. The list of a metro city is here. So let's assume you're living in a non-metro city. So clause 2 is, let's write just basic, and it's 40% of the basic salary. Basic is 60k, 40% of 60k is equal to 24k. And the third part which I said is actual rent minus 10% of basic. Let's do this one as well, the third clause, which is, let's assume your rent was 8,333, which you said. It is minus 10% of basic. Basic is 60k, 10% is 6k. It comes out to be 2,333. So this is the benefit you're getting. 2,333 per month, which basically means you're just getting almost like 26,000 annually, which is money in this case. And as I said, you get the lowest of these 3. So this is 30k, this is 24k, and this is 2,333. So this is the lowest, and hence you will get 2,333 per month. And if you multiply it by 12, which is annually, it comes out to be approximately 28,000. So you have lost a lot of money here because you're paying a lot of more taxes than you should have been. Let me tell you what you should do instead of claiming this 8,333. So look at this. Your basic is 60,000 and your HRA is 30,000. Just look at these 2 components and look at the first clause, which I said is actual HRA paid by the company. 30k. Nothing is changing here. Second part was 40% of basic. And I'm assuming you're living in a non-metro city. Okay. Then 40% of 60k. This will come out to be 24k. Now the third part, which was rent paid, basically minus 10% of basic. And this is what you need to optimize every single time, because this part won't change. This will still remain 6k. And as I said, you'll get the lowest of these 3. Already 24k is the lowest. So you want to ensure that this part always remains 24k. And if this is the case, let's assume this as x, which is your rent paid, then you would automatically get x is equal to 30k, which is just bring it here. Basic maths. So x is 30k. So if you claim 30,000 as the rent that you're paying, even then you'll get a benefit of 24,000. If you reduce it a bit down, you will get less benefit. So what you have to ensure is you at least have to claim 30,000 rent. And it's very simple, to be honest, very straightforward. You have to have a rent agreement with the landlord that you're paying rent to. Transfer this rent always online. Cash payments are not allowed. You should never be doing that. So transfer this through any online medium so you have any proof. And you also need the landlord's PAN. And if you submit all these things, you can claim the maximum HRA. If you found this video informative, consider subscribing to the channel. I post a lot of content related to investing, so you might learn a lot from that. Thank you for watching.